Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 7th of May 2019. Thanks for joining me. I'm using the Celestial Tarot for this reading. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of for this day. We have the Prince of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the King of Cups. Okay, so we've got two court cards here, which represent people appearing in your life or the energy of a particular type of person. And then we have a minor arcana card, which is a temporary situation. Okay, so the Prince of Cups is someone who's managing the element of water. He is Romeo. He is sometimes really overly emotional, and then other times emotionally just numb and unable to participate. Got a lot of information here. First of all, we've got the moon. The moon in astrology rules Cancer, and Cancer is a water sign. It's very much about taking care of loved ones, family, and she's pouring lots and lots of moon energy into this cup. It's overflowing, so urging him to take care of his family. We've got Neptune, the water planet, responsible for hopes and dreams and ideas. We've got these dolphins jumping around, so a sense of playfulness and enjoying yourself, as well as taking care of other people and being in love with other people. And we've got Pisces there. Pisces is another water sign, and Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It has a lot to do with pulling the veil back from this dimension and looking beyond and seeing through into the next dimension and using spiritual energy to receive answers. I don't know what this green thing is here. That's a fish. Oh, another fish. So two flying fish. Okay. Just kind of hopping out of the water. He's actually going fishing. So he is providing for himself, and he kind of gets distracted by all of this other energy. So he doesn't really understand the element of water just yet. And we've got the triangle pointing downwards, which means that he's being confronted with all of this. He just wanted to go fishing, and he's got this copper color tunic on with a green cape. So he's someone who acts on his passions. He's quick to act. He's naturally in touch with his feelings. And here he's gone into this wonderland of water, and he's learning all about spirituality, family, being playful, loving, showing mercy, dreaming, everything you could possibly imagine that has to do with water. Mutable is an astrology term. You've got cardinal, mutable, and fixed signs. Cardinal are the first signs. It always goes in three. So you've got Aries, which is cardinal. And you've got Taurus, which is fixed. And then you've got Gemini, which is mutable. Then you've got Cancer, which is cardinal. Then you've got Leo, which is fixed. And then you've got Virgo, which is mutable. It goes round and round, all 12 of them. So cardinal means being a leader, being in charge. It's like the number one in numerology. Mutable is about being flexible and seeing both sides of the argument, and being like water, or Libra, being able to go with the flow. And fixed is about really standing your ground and saying, this is the way it is. So Taurus, very much fixed. It's about security and the way I see things. Cancer is very much, Cancer's cardinal. Then we've got Leo fixed. So Leo, very much fixed about, this is my personality. I am confident. Next, we've got the Two of Swords, Lupus. So we've got this wolf here. The wolf represents wisdom, and it represents being alone, and it represents seeing things from a different perspective, but it also represents danger. If you were out and about alone and you ran into this wolf in the woods, I mean, I'd be scared because it's a predator. And if this wolf went after you as a human without any weapons, you wouldn't really stand a chance. We've got Libra here, which is about building bridges. That's Uranus, chaos, the unexpected. And then we've got these two swords pointing down. So two ideas, swords being the element of air, pointing down at planet Earth. And the wolf is predatory. It's kind of tough ideas. And this is an interesting day in terms of the astrology. Have a look at the weekly horoscope, but it's very much about being confronted with things that are difficult. And here it's so interesting that the tarot really reflects that. And what you're really forced to look at are your relationships and the chaos that you've caused in relationships and that other people have caused in relationships, and what the dynamic really is. And we've got this wave kind of going down, so you'll be able, this is kind of like dropping on your head. It's like the sky falling down on you, and you're confronted and you're forced to think about your role in certain situation, and it gives you real clarity of thinking when it comes to your relationships, and it gives you hope for the future. But because it's a wolf, it may come across, or it may come in as a little bit rough, as a little bit hard, as a little bit tough, and it may make you feel uncomfortable. If you go with the process, you graduate to being the King of Cups. The Prince of Cups starts as the page, so knowing nothing about family or spirituality or imagination or creativity or anything like that. Once he learns a little bit, he becomes the prince, and the prince, by going through this kind of understanding and learning about his role in relationships, how to make things better, he graduates to being the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is the highest court card for the element, and he rules the element of water. So he's got this big crab here, so we've got Cancer, and that's pouring its energy into this huge cup that he has. We've got the sign of Cancer, again energy pointing downwards, and he's being given this nurturing, loving, spiritual energy that he can use whenever he wants. Triangle pointing downwards, the universe is giving and his cup is overflowing. We've got these wonderful pearls here in this, it's not an oyster, is it? Some sort of seashell. And got these pearls, so real emotional treasures and real emotional points of interest, emotional truths, quirky characteristics, owning your own feelings and really expressing them. All of that is involved with the King of Cups. And we've got the moon up here ruling Cancer and really making this sign of Cancer even bigger and huge. And he's really able to take care of others very, very well. He's got this blue robe on, and he's sitting on a throne, so he's able to take care of himself. Look at that bowl. Isn't that beautiful? So he's able to really nurture and take care of himself, and he's able to nurture and take care of other people, and he's able to gift people with great treasures. He can give them pearls, or this fish could feed a family of 6 for a week. So if he wanted to be really generous and give something to a family that wasn't so fortunate or was struggling, he has the means to really give and to nurture and to take care of people in a practical, physical way. So this is a day of huge personal growth and you being able to take care of yourself much better if you receive the information from the universe that's being kind of dropped in on you. You don't have to do anything. It'll just appear. It'll just kind of drop into your head and you face it. Or your circumstances show you what's happening. Suddenly, you may feel extremely energized about a certain person in your life and you just have to go visit them. Or you were supposed to do a lot of work in the afternoon and the energy just, boom, just goes out of you and you fall asleep and you have an amazing dream that shows you and reviews a certain situation, and you wake up from this dream and you're like, wow, I've just been visited by something bigger and now I have a huge perspective on something else. Or it may be a Sophie's choice that you have to make, an impossible choice, and it shows you the inevitability of making everyone happy, and that sometimes you have to make difficult decisions and you have to ruin relationships, but that you're not to blame because there was an impossible situation that one person was going to end up unhappy anyway. And that doesn't mean you have to be guilty for the rest of your life. And by facing this truth, the prince becomes the king, and the king is then someone who's liberated. He's free from the emotional dramas. He's free from his own kind of problematic feelings. And what he can do is he can just dip into all of the good stuff that has to do with water. If you look at this scene, it's much happier than this. And it's much more abundant and much richer. Here he can be a little bit playful, but it's kind of weak. Look at these fish compared to that. So you really graduate to someone who isn't controlled by the emotions, but someone who gives and creates situations that create emotional responses in other people. So you gift someone with this wonderful fish and they're incredibly grateful, or you give someone a really valuable piece of information, or you help someone with their shopping for a couple of weeks, or you give someone a beautiful diamond bracelet, or you're really able to take care of the family and to listen to everyone's problems rather than saying, I've just been at work all day, go talk to your mother or your father about this problem. I'm too busy, I'm too tired right now, and I want to have a drink. So you're able to really be present. And this big bowl, the cups are always like this. They're usually just random regular cups in all decks. And it's usually just the Queen of Cups who gives loads of energy to her cup and it becomes a trophy. In this case, it becomes this huge bowl that's meant to contain food and sustenance and a sense of well-being and love. So the King of Cups is able to nurture and feed other people through his positive emotional input, and that makes other people feel better, and it brings them joy and love and happiness in their lives. And you're on a journey here today to become more like the King of Cups. You have a greater understanding of other people and yourself, and because of that great understanding, you really graduate and you step up a little bit, you raise your vibration, and you get to a place where you have much more compassion and you're much more useful when it comes to the emotional side of life than you have been up until now. So it's an amazing day for personal growth, check out the weekly horoscope. We've got 2 and 1, and 1 is 4. 4 is about stability and structure. So you become much more anchored and much more secure in your own feelings. You don't react to circumstances so erratically. You know how to deal with difficult situations, and you're able to initiate positive situations that bring other people joy, and you know exactly how to do that. So have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. I use the tarot, I use astrology and numerology in my personal readings, so I can answer any questions you may have. I can look at your life purpose and your vocational aptitudes, and I can also look at what's coming up for you in future. So if you're interested in any of that, then please head to the website gregoryscott.com to order your reading, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.